out. Some proper friends here. We got Joe from On the Next Episode and Todd from Zia Mountain Adventures and yours truly, Justin, with Abandoned Underground. And we had to bushwhack up this mountain, and if you can see behind me, there's a target that we're interested in. Maybe someplace that we've been to before, we're not sure, but we're going to check it out. It's been too long since we've been underground, so we're going to get into it right away. All right, there she is. Let's see what we got. Ooh, I am thrilled. Well, this is why we don't remember it. It completely caved in from what's above it. So, let's get above it. All right, we're climbing up this dump pile. That's where we initially were down below. There's a couple items of interest. Right here looks like it used to be an ore chute. But over here it's pretty cool. You've seen, I'm sure everybody's seen the picture of the bike that was chained to a tree, where the tree just grew around it. Well, similar situation. It's not as overwhelming, but the miners had tied a cable around this tree, who knows when, and the tree just grew around it. The cable's still in there. It's in the trunk. But you don't see that too often. It's pretty neat. But we're slowly making our way. It looks like it flattens off up there, so let's go. Well, we didn't have to go too far. Well, look at that, the back of that jagged portal. It looks like teeth.
Right. Yeah, something out of a Tim Burton movie.
Right? Shall we?
I'm down.
All right, we're going to get in there. Well, Mr. Tip of the Spear. It's been a while. He's got to make up for lost time. We all do, actually.
Been gone for way too long.
Yeah.
There's tracks.
All right, we made past that collapse. Todd's on his way in. A little bit of a tight one, not the worst we've been through. See, tight, but not too bad.
Nice, thank you.
There you go, sir.
Awesome. Oh, it feels amazing in here.
Oh, I know. Okay. More crawling. Be right back.
Yeah, I see pick mark.
All right, we crawled up through that tiny little hole and we're in a stope now, but let's see what we're looking at here. So we came up from there. There was a drift there. It's all filled in with fill from the stope, which is directly above us. It's really moist. You can see our breath. You can see these stringy, hangy little things. Those are roots from the vegetation above us. So we are probably just below the ground surface. Look at these timbers. I don't even want to touch them. All right, looks like it stops right there because that's probably the hillside on the other side of that. And up here, it's another crawl. I have no idea where it goes though. Yeah, that's just yeah, it looks like it's just a rubble-filled stope.
So back out.
I don't know if there's any connection. Yeah, let's see what else we can find. This doesn't look very promising. Looks like they are either scratch sampling or those are pickaxe marks. It's hard to tell. Ooh.
Interesting. Well, that's that, huh?
We just came out of that little rat hole. As you can see, the top of the portal is just below the surface of the hill. Further in we got, stope got higher. You can see all the roots from these trees puncturing the rock down into the mine. So these workings just kind of rode along the surface of this hill. It's not very safe, I guess. Then again, is this even safe to begin with? But whatever, you know.
The safety of danger.
Right, oxymoron. it's the next day and we're at the top of the mountain. You can see behind me, we're about a mile above the basin below.
Can't get a view like that sitting at home.
Yeah, this is just to give you a bit of context to how high we are. You think we're over 10,000 elevation?
Gotta be close to anyway.
But yeah, we're gonna look for bigger versions of these. So let's go. Yeah, we've been hiking all over this mountain all afternoon. We're still quite a ways up here, and is it good for you? Not really. Yeah, it's over 90, and our professional billy goat Joe is already up there. We're gonna get inside this really neat, looks like an old miner shelter. Oh, this is a welcoming place. It appears to be, it's a natural cave that was turned into a miner's dwelling at one point in time. Just to show you kind of a testament of the era this place was being inhabited in. You can see on the ends of these cans, there are solder dots. They're welded shut with lead solder to seal in the flavor in the 1880s. Yeah, this was a dwelling. You can see where there's fires lit all in here. It's pretty flat. At best, it's about 6 foot tall in one section, but for the most part, you got to duck down. And Joe was pointing out that, so as you can see it, there's a wire hanging here. He suspects that was their they hang their laundry. Definitely no electricity up in here. After we left that miner's shelter way up at the top of the mountain, you can see it's getting dark now. And for our final stop, this one is actually the largest accessible abandoned mine in New Mexico. So we're gonna get in here and pull some shenanigans and just shoot on down into these massive Carlsbad Cavern style stopes that were left behind after they took out thousands of tons of lead, zinc, some silver. There's also some copper in here as well. So I'm gonna flip this around, lights pointed, and we're gonna just time lapse through this. You know what? I got a better idea. All right, this is my motocross. Now we're gonna do some digging. All right, well, I attempted to dig out that collapse, but I just don't have the time. We've got a lot of mine to explore, and it's already late, it's already dark. Plus also, I guess nature kind of sent me a message like, hey dude, this might not be a good idea. So a low pressure system came in earlier. Todd's a real weather genius, and we felt airflow blowing out of this mine, but that has since changed. Now it's blowing in, and you can smell a little bit of exhaust, and that's not really a good thing. So I abandoned my motocross for now. But getting back into this, just a quick recap because it's been a while. How many abandoned mines have you been in that have a test munitions bunker? You know, this is my first and only one so far. So in the 1990s, Republic of Korea, South Korea that is, and the US DOD, they got together and say, hey, why don't we do some testing of underground munitions storage? And out of all the places they decided to pick, they picked this humongous abandoned mine out here in New Mexico. So what they did is what you're looking at now is one of these test bunkers. They drove additional drifts into this mine. They widened out the original portal, which was pretty much the width for conventional ore cars, and they made it about 6 or 8 feet wide. And what we're doing is we're walking down one of these 8-foot wide drifts that was designed to be an underground munitions storage. So what they would do, they would get C4, Comp B, explosives from World War II, RDX, TNT. I'm sure they used conventional dynamite. What they did was they placed it inside these simulated bunker rooms, these storage rooms for ammunition, or munitions, I should say. And then they would detonate it. You can see along the way, down on the floor of the drift, there are heavily armored and shielded conduit. And that's to protect these sensors that were placed. Oh, there's one. See, they concreted it up. This used to be one of these simulated storage rooms. And then there was also a huge blast door right here at one time. I mean, you can see the size of the rebar. And this is what? 6 feet thick. It's pretty crazy. But they strategically set up these testing rooms, put the blasting agent in there, detonated it, and there's sensors all over this mountain. I mean, probably thousands of miles of cable to test the seismic activity of what this would do in real world situations. And this is another one of these sealed off rooms. I'm sure there's probably unexploded ordnance in there. Instead of taking it out, it's probably just safer and easier for them just to seal it up. But down here, at the very end of this bunker, they look like they had some sort of testing equipment bolted to the ground. Now, I don't know if it was the actual bomb itself. I mean, I don't see any spalling, but a lot of dust. So on our way out, and this is paved just like a sidewalk. It's concrete. But yeah, you can hear the reverberation in my voice because this is rock solid. So if you just pay attention to the ribs, of course that's a ventilation bag, don't worry about that. You'll see these, it looks like handrails every so often, and there's a bunch of them that are in the main attic too. These are to test the shock wave. There's like a little measuring device right in here. It's kind of like on a helicopter. And then it would measure the impact of the explosion, send the signal down through this protective conduit, and they would even give it extra protection with another layer of concrete over top in certain areas. So I guess, oh yeah, look, see, it's directly across from another sealed up room. Huh. Actually, you know what? I don't think that was a room. I think they tested something here, because look, there's impact marks on this concrete, and it is solid. I mean, they shotcreted the whole, well, I don't say whole, but most of this drift. And there's another one of those sensors. And there are more at all the way down. You can see. So I found that pretty interesting that they chose this place to do explosives testing. It's pretty cool. So we're coming back into the main bunker area. I don't know if this was a staging point, but this is the largest room in the area. You can probably fit 10 full-size trucks, park them in here. But yeah, we're gonna get back into the stopes, which are just simply amazing in my opinion. And yeah, I still smell a little bit of exhaust. Darwin Award. But continuing along, we're gonna get into the historic workings. All right, we're back at this hoist. We can keep going straight, and that'll lead us into the drifting that goes along the stopes, or we can go down into the stopes. This will take us down to the south end, this massive chasm. Let's see if I can light it up with a little bit more light. Yeah, it's quite large. Or we can go up to the north stopes. I think I want to go back to the north stopes because I've just been geeking out on this bluish crystalline mineral that I found, and it's just one of my favorites. So we're gonna make our way up into the north stopes and be right back. I can't get over the size of this thing. Kind of resembles a cavern, doesn't it? There's an old discarded ore cart right there, just to give you a sense of size. Quite large. Hey, did I mention this mine's quite large? That's a drift tunnel way over there. Let's keep going. All right, we made it back to this pillar that has piqued my interest. Well, kind of piqued my interest. There's some issues that I'm noticing about it. But right here, it just has this vein of zinc. It looks like galena and copper all mixed in. And it's creating like this crystal matrix that kind of resembles a disco ball. You got, your Caribbean Ocean blue. You have some greens, some silvers. There's even pyrite in there. But there's a problem. Where the goodies are, this pillar has a section of it ready to slough off. So I'm going to see if there's a decrepit scaling bar nearby. Hey, well, I'm in luck. All right, let's see if we can get some of that good stuff. Good stuff, huh? All right, after we finish up our mineral moment, we're just gonna admire the sheer size of these stopes. I mean, look, there's like a balcony, a second level up there. And that is just insane. That looks like it's a drawbridge going to this pillar. Isn't that crazy? Well, let's look around a little bit more. Yeah, there's an upper level. I'm in here solo because Todd and Joe are off doing their thing, and I kind of went renegade on them. That's my fault. But This seems to happen every time we come to this place. We always get split up because everybody wants to see their own slice of the pie. This view just never ceases to amaze me. Let's see if we can get all of it in one shot here. Yeah, it's just pillar after pillar in these stopes. And then there's that drawbridge one up in there. And the balcony. I wonder if it actually even goes anywhere. Yeah, it looks like it does. Yeah, we can never figure out how to get up there. We do know from the old mining reports that there is an upper drift level. We have not been able to access it yet. So I'm sure that's what Todd and Joe are doing right now. They're trying to figure out how to get the heck up there, because there isn't another upper portal. We have yet to find it. We've droned the entire mountain. We have hiked it, and nothing. So, with that being said, I'm sure Todd and Joe are probably searching for that right now. So I know where to go. So I'm going to hop on down off of these stopes, get into the lower drifts, see if I can catch up with them. All right, I just came from underneath of this interior ore bin. It's underground, about 1,400 feet in. And this isn't going to be around too much longer. Look at the support timbers. They're bowing, and somebody made an attempt to hold it up with these timbers, and some have already fallen down. And it's just rotted to nothing because it's really humid in here. But as we turn around, we're in the old historic adit. And this is where it junctions off. We can either go south or north. Now, right now, I'm just trying to catch up with my buddies, Todd and Joe. We always seem to get separated in this place. So I'm going to go north because I think they wanted to go check out something down here. So, speed it up. Widens out. We're in the ore body again. Just these balconies. Okay. This is the monster of all ore passes. Drops 300 feet down to a tunnel that was driven about 3,000 feet long, more than a half mile, just to collect the ore coming from here. Here's a different perspective of the cave formations that are developing under here. I mean, they're all different colors. Browns, reds, blacks, blues, whites. All right, we were just up there in that balcony area. That is drift level. We are now below it by about 20 feet. So we are in the stopes. And it is as silent as the grave in here. All right, we're gonna continue working our way back towards the haulage at it because I don't think they're in here anymore. That's the other decline going to lower levels. It's an intermediate drift. It's like half decline, half drift. It's really unique. All right, as we're making our way down the south end slopes, it's getting wetter and wetter in here. It literally does sound like Carlsbad Caverns. When it's quiet enough, you can hear the water dripping. I mean, yeah, you can hear it. Yeah, I think these rooms are my favorite in this mine. They're just really massive. It's kind of creepy at the same time, too, when you're in here alone. Let's just follow the tracks. And there's another balcony up there. Somebody put a ladder there. They go up there. Hello? Nothing. What is that, a black pond? Yeah, it totally looks like it. Look at that. Yeah, there's a better look at that. White and black pond. Yeah, just mineral laden water in here. It just looks like snow. Let's leave them behind. Well, yeah, let's head on out. One thing for certain is we'll meet at camp. There's the hoist. All right, that's the way out. Adios. Anybody home? All by myself. Huh. Are they still in there? I don't think so.